This is kingdom music, got you in a trance. DJ turn me up, this everybody jam. God over money, we done took a stand. We winning on purpose, it's in the master's hands.
It's God over money.
Good. Welcome to A Word on the Street. We're here in Artesia, New Mexico right now. I thank Miss Callie and I thank her husband for opening up this place. It's Pure Nutrition, where you come get your Herbalife on. It's changed a lot of people's lives, you know. Hold on, let me see real quick. Callie, tell me a little bit about Herbalife.
Okay, oh, shoot. We just, it's weight loss. You can.
How's it change your life?
It changed my life, not really with my weight and stuff, more so with my relationship.
All right, relationship with people?
Yeah, with people. I'm new to Artesia, so this is how I met everybody.
Yeah.
Is through this club.
All right, right on.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
Macy.
All right, Macy, how old are you?
15.
15? All right, what grade you in?
I'm about to be a junior.
All right, you play any sports or do anything like that?
I'm a cheerleader.
You're a cheerleader?
Yeah.
All right, that's what's good. All right, well, we got Macy up here. What's your name, ma'am?
Patty.
Patty, where do you work at?
PBT.
How'd I know you work there?
You work with me?
All right, how old are you, Patty?
17.
17, that's what's good. All right. How about over here?
Rachel.
Miss Rachel?
Don't ask how old I am. I'm here with my son Damien.
I'm sorry?
I'm here with my son Damien.
Mr. Damien. All right, I seen you in school, bro. What grade you in?
I'm gonna be a sophomore.
All right, that's what's up. You got anything you want to be when you grow up, bro? You still deciding?
Tell her what you're thinking.
What I want to do? Music producer,
Oh, for real? What kind of music?
rap.
All right. Well, you heard it right here first. We might get Damien some contact information here. I guess you know how to mix and match the beats and all that, bro. He makes some beats, and that's what's good, man. Here, we got that local gift here in Artesia, so make sure you hit up Damien. You work anywhere, Rachel?
I'm just mom.
You're just a mom.
Busy being mom.
All right. That's what's good. That's what's good. All right, here you go, Callie.
Alright.
My name's Jordan Aguilar. I'm Jordan. That's all you need to know. But today Word on the Street. Today's topic I want to talk about your vision. I want to talk about your dreams. I want to talk about your goals. And maybe even more specifically than that is your gift. As I was talking to these young ladies earlier, I asked the question. So how many times have you been caught bored? How many times have you seen on Facebook or something like that? You know, hit me up, shoot me a text. I'm bored. Anyone here?
Yeah, me.
Plenty of times?
Yeah.
Too many times. And then what happens? We get mad at the little old town that we stay in, and they said there's nothing to do here, right? And but we gotta remember though, then God give us a creative personality, a creative mind, abilities, and all these other things. And so I've seen this. I've seen this in the school. I've seen it in the community. I've seen it from the older generation, the younger generation. Everyone's talking about being bored. There's nothing to do here. So what do? We go find trouble to do. And it's a frustrating thing to me that when you're 25, 26, 27 years old, and your vision can think no bigger than the block that you live on, or the party that's happening next week. You can't see past 2 months from now. You're going nowhere. I mean, I'm frustrated with that. I've seen it in my friends. I've seen it in myself, and I see this roadblock. We're not getting better. Where's your growth at? These things like that. And so I know that each one of us has a special gift. And you are unique in your own way. You've been places, you've done things, you have passions that were birthed in you when you were a little girl, when you were a little boy. What have we done with those things? Where have they gone? Have we left them behind trying to chase money? Have we left them behind trying to chase men and women? Where has the dream died at? And why has it died? And why did we let it go? I'm frustrated with these things. I see the enemy trying to come in and attack us with boredom and just, like I said, lack of creativity, and everything now is just mediocre. It's about entertainment. So I just kind of want to go around and I want to ask you, Do you know what your gift is? We'll start off with that. Do you know what your gift is? And if you don't know what your gift is, be honest with it. It's okay. There's gonna be plenty of people who are gonna watch this video and not know what their gift is either. But we gonna bring this back together, all right? So does anyone want to share what their gift is and how they found it?
Like ability?
Yeah, your ability, your talent. What do you like to do?
You're seeing.
You're a singer. All right, and a cheerleader.
Yeah.
All right. When did you learn you could start singing?
When I was born, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's always been something you enjoyed though. All right. Did you sing like on a regular basis or like?
Yeah. Well, I sing every chance I get, but I mean recently I went to the doctor and I have something wrong with my voice, but I mean, ever since then I've been limited, but
What do you mean limited? Cause your voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can only sing so much now, or won't use my voice at all. But up until that point, I sang in the shower, walking down the street, in class, everywhere.
All right. Anyone else here? You know what your gift is? You said you music produce, man. You make beats and stuff. How'd you come along with that?
I got to a point in life where I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I turned to music, and then I just stuck with it. And
You just naturally good at it, or do you have to work at it?
I gotta work at it.
You gotta work at it. All right. What about you, Patty?
Oh yeah.
You
I'm a
produce?
good listener to like my friends and stuff.
Or say it again?
I'm a good listener to my friends. Like I'll help them out with whatever.
Okay,
they need.
you got that.
I'm good at that.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, it's their heart, passionate, good ear. That's something that y'all need for sure. What about you, Miss Patty?
I don't think I have a natural born talent or
Yeah.
anything. There's a lot of things that I love doing,
Mhm.
but I'm just not sure yet. I'm not in that stage
Yeah,
in my life where I found something that I'm for sure about.
Well, okay, that's a great point. I don't know. It's too. I mean, because you gotta understand. How old did you say you were again?
17.
17, 16, 15. All right. You know, we're still pretty young, trying to find ourselves and stuff like that. And I don't want to say that's an excuse or anything, but there are certain things about growing up that you just won't find out. It's like a cocoon. You know, the caterpillar don't even know it has wings yet until it goes into the cocoon. It's a later stage in life that you will learn because of your perspective and your understanding and the pressures that were put on in your life. You will produce something out of that.
Like with me, like I'm 22
Alright.
and I still like I don't really feel like I don't really know what my goals are yet. Like I have goals, like I want to be like a good mom and you know I'm a good wife, but I don't really know what they are yet. And I feel like I have some,
Yeah.
I just don't really know what they are yet. And I'm 22, so
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, like I said, well, I'm still finding stuff about me. I didn't know I like melons. What's it? Little green melons. What's it called? Honeydew. I didn't know I like honeydew. I didn't know I like honeydew till this year. I didn't know that. I'm still learning stuff about myself as well. But you know, sometimes we define gifts as I can sing, I can dance, I can cook, this and that. But sometimes gifts aren't necessarily as tangible as that, though. What about those who are compassionate? What about those who are extra caring, who wear their heart on their sleeve all the time? I don't know. Have you ever been afraid to use your gift?
I really love basketball.
Yeah.
And I was scared. I was scared to play. Like I was real scared because there's a lot of that's a competitive sport, like a real competitive sport, and I just didn't feel like it was my place to be there.
Why not?
Because I'm small and I only have one hand, and that's just not you don't put a one-handed person in a basketball game, And I did it anyway.
Yeah. Okay, overcoming that fear. That reminds me of there's a dude in the Bible, Matthew verse 25. I'm burning up, man. Y'all freezing over there? I'm sweating over here.
I have both of them on too, so
Yeah. There's a dude in Matthew 25. It's talking about this master He gave these people talents. These talents is our money, all right? He said he gave them each according to their own ability. And that means that the master took time to think about how he was going to distribute these gifts. All right? And then when he handed them out, he said he handed them out to their own ability. So he knew their personality. He knew what they could handle. And the word said he wouldn't put too much on us that we couldn't handle. So he gave us every good and perfect gift comes from above. So he gave us just the right amount of gifts. All right? So we're using this gift here. He's giving him 5, and he's giving him 2, and he's giving the other 1. And the master took off. He went away. All right? And in that meantime, there were some things that were happening, and the one who had 5 went and doubled his gift. So he had 10, and then the one with 2 doubled it to 4, and the one with 1, he stuck it in the ground. And I think this is one of my favorite Bible stories, because when the master came back and he said, "I'm gonna come now," he said, "I didn't ask you to put, I didn't ask you to double what you had. I didn't ask for any increase. I expected it from you, because while I was watching you, you was watching me. You know what type of man that I am." The Bible says he reaps where he did not sow. He knows that he's a baller shot caller. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this dude's about it. All right, he's a businessman, and he wants increase, and that's how he lives his life. And he said, while I was away, and even though I didn't tell you, by instinct, you should have known. Just by hanging around me, you should have known that I wanted more. And he said, the least you could have done, you didn't have to be creative with it. You didn't have to be smart with it. You didn't have to do, anything major with it. You could have just stuck it in the bank, and through that just sitting there, by the time I was gone, it would have brought itself, increased by itself, and you wouldn't have to do nothing. But you didn't do nothing with it. You did nothing with it. And that's wicked. When you have a gift, and God's giving you your youth, and God's giving you your time, and God's giving you ability, and He's giving you 2 hands, and He's giving you a good mind, and He's giving you good health, and He's giving you the opportunity to do things right now. And we waste it away. I get so frustrated by that. How many times, Rachel, have you been? Have you thought in your mind, if only, if I could have done that over again? How many times over? How would my life be different because I didn't seize the opportunity when it was right there? And it's amazing because I was like I said, I was talking to these girls earlier, and I was one who was afraid to use my gift, like Patty was talking. I was scared to death that my thing is I'm a people pleaser. Naturally, I'm a people pleaser. I want to be accepted. I'm sure like a lot of people want to be accepted, but I wanted to have the best answer. I wanted, I was sent back to class, but I really wanted to be noticed for some things though. Like I said, but I was scared to death to raise my hand in class. Scared to death. I would skip that class. I'd go to the nurse, go to the restroom. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I am.
Yeah. If I had to speak in front of people, it was crazy. And so, but I was scared to use this gift. Just like that dude was, he went and buried his talent in the ground. And the thing about it is that he buried what he should have exposed. And he went and exposed what he should have buried. He was fearful. He said, "Master, I was afraid. I knew what you were about, and I was afraid, so I went and buried this." But the thing about it is, the word tells us what? To live by faith. Yeah, there's a real danger there. What's that movie that's coming out with Will Smith and his son?
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about too.
What's that movie called? You don't know?
Alive after something,
Yeah,
after Earth or something.
After Earth, yeah. And you heard that commercial when it's like, the danger is real, but the fear is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
But the fear can be present, but it's not the fear that makes the difference. It's what you do with the fear. It's what you do with the faith that you already have. What you gonna do? I mean, some people use that to propel them into their destiny, and some people will let that override them, and it will kill them. And you might be the greatest singer in the world, but ain't no one gonna know it, and you're gonna sing in the shower your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Fear is what it does. I don't know, like, how's all?
Well, I've been asked to perform at like different places.
Yeah.
I've turned down 2, but I mean, like it was always because there was a big crowd or I wasn't prepared. So I mean, I was scared, but all the other times I did.
You're talking about preparation. How are you preparing for your destiny now?
Like going to school.
Coming to work.
Yeah. Gaining experience and knowledge.
See, I'm a little bit older, and for me, you try your best, like you mentioned, being a good mom, and I've done my best to be a good mom, but you get to a certain point where you feel like you've done enough and it's in your kids' hands, and they may or may not make the right choices or the choices that you agree with, but you just have to be there to support them, and that's tough to do. That is tough to do because it does make you feel like a failure. Like, could I have done something better? Could I have done something more? But when you look back at it, really, for me anyway, I feel like I've been there as much as I could. You know, I don't work. I've stayed home to take care of the kiddos. And so it's hard. Even as older, I'm older than you guys obviously. I'm 35. I'm okay with my age. But it doesn't get any easier. Even as you get older and you think, okay, I've got it all figured out, it doesn't get any easier. I mean, you kind of see where you're going, but life is forever revolving, it's forever changing, and you just, sometimes you lose your faith, and there's been times that I've cried out, I've lost my faith, I'm lost right now, and you just have to find it and go on, you know, and it's tough. Life is not easy. Just hang in there, don't give up. It's all we can do.
No doubt, man. I don't know, even like on that note, I mean, people don't see the behind the scenes, you know. They really don't. They see the success and failure and how you try. I mean, they don't ever see how you try to prepare. They don't ever see the work that went into it. They don't ever see the blood, sweat, tears, the sacrifice that you had made to get to where you're at now. And it is, sometimes I wonder, is the end really going to be worth it? And I don't know. I mean, that has caused me to question my dream. That has absolutely caused me to question my dream. But at the same time, I know that if the Lord be before me, you know, who could be against me? And at the same time, I know that, you know, I can do all things through Christ, you know, who give me strength. But at the same time, I'm not confident in myself. And I lose that sometimes. And you say, I can do all things through Christ, but I have to be confident in myself to say I first.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm fully confident the Lord's gonna make a way. He's not gonna put too much on me. There's gonna be a way of escaping the temptation, yada yada yada. But myself, am I gonna be able to perform? And that fear has choked. I've been on stage scared of my life with a smile on my face. Plenty of times. Absolutely plenty of times. You know, and I think I've seen the most successful people, I've heard their confessions say the same thing. You know, the fear was there, but you know, I didn't let it kill me. And
You know, like with me, like I feel like I live like day to day, but I don't really know like my gifts. I mean, like I just feel like I wake up and do the same thing every single day. You know, I don't really know what they are yet. I know I have some.
yeah.
But
What's your ambitions? You said be a good mom, and I understand. I mean, that's gonna come when you're a mom too. But I guess when you were a little girl.
I mean, I played sports, but once I graduated, like I was done with that. Like I didn't really care about it anymore. You know.
Devin told me something one time. This was amazing, and it stuck with me for a while. And he said that his dream, the matured over time. How has yours changed?
It just changes as you get older and you see like what's more positive in life.
Oh, sorry.
Like you grow older and you just see like how things are more like influential on other people, like what you're doing now. Like you didn't see yourself doing this, and you're doing it because you matured and you see like a light or something, and it brought you here. Just like one day we'll all change and we'll all have a reason to be living for something.
Yeah. I feel you. Anybody else got something on that?
I mean, I get what she said, like about like you realize what's important. Like I guess like whenever like little kids, they're like, I want to be an astronaut or I want to be the president of the United States, that kind of stuff. But then as you get older, you realize what you really like, what you can do, and like you can do it better than other people might be able to, and you realize that you can do that for the better of other people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what she means by maturing.
Because you're growing with yourself, and you're seeing like what kind of person you are, and how you're gonna use it to benefit yourself and others.
I feel you. I like what you said about just like the exposure and the understanding and stuff like that. As you mature though, you are exposed to a wider world, than you were when you were little.
Yeah.
And the best decisions come with the best exposure. I can't make a good decision with bad information, And so, with that being said, I used to be out, money over everything and try, because that's what my vision was. That's what I was aiming for. And I love that life. I love that kind of thug life. Everything that came with it. I wanted everything that came with it, except having to fight. And that's what I was about. I was enough in it that I played the part, but enough out of it that I didn't have the drama. And my identity really, I guess, shapes, or the identity that I wanted helped shape my dream. And it wasn't who I was called to be. And if I'm trying to be something I'm not, then I'm going to do something I'm not supposed to do. The Bible talks about, Genesis talks about, when God breathed into the man that he came to be. That really stuck with me for a while, that he came to be. He didn't come to do, he came to be. The Bible says, be holy, be imitators of God. You talk about be, and once you be who you're supposed to be, then you can do what you're supposed to do. And so many times that I was trying to chase some nigga down the road, that had a chain on, and that's my idea of success. And because that's what my vision was, I aligned my whole life according to my vision. And how many times are we aiming for the wrong target?
How did you get out of that life? Like what woke you up and said to realize that's not the road I'm supposed to be on?
That's a good question. It takes a lot of practice pretending.
Which is not easy. I mean, it comes naturally sometimes.
It
Never
does.
done that, but it's hard on the inside.
Yeah. And I thank God for His grace and His mercy on my life. But I've noticed that I was different than a lot of people. I've noticed that my heart had not been hardened like a thug's has been hardened. I didn't see anybody get shot. I never seen anybody get killed. I never had to go through a drive-by. I've never had anything taken from me like that. I didn't have any reason to act hard than just to act hard, just because I saw somebody else acting hard and look cool. That was my only reason, and that reason was such a soft ground to build on that it just kind of collapsed over time. One of my favorite rappers says, if you aim for the wrong thing, even if you hit your target, you still lose. And many times I had hit that target and I didn't find fulfillment in it. And when the girls would come, I wasn't one to want to manipulate them and take them home. Really, and I didn't know how to. I didn't even know how to treat a girl when one came by. But I looked the part. I got the swag. I got the talk down. I got everything. But I don't know what to do with it once it's in my hands. And I was so sick of that. And I kept seeing my good heart as a weakness. And I kept trying to fit into a game where being stupid was respected. And being real was being the truest fake you could be. You know, and I'd accept. I'm not devoted to filth anymore. Like I said, I think now bigger than the block. Because a lot of people came into my life then and showed me how awesome it is to be you. There's that be beautiful, but it's be you first. You know, and in life, like I said, life wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't the stuff I wanted, but stuff I didn't need. And I got there, I dreamed it. I got there. Once I got it, it wasn't what I needed. And yeah, I don't know. I eventually, when I was a child, I thought of the child, but when I became a man, I put childish things behind me. And I said, okay, Lord, this is my life. Do with it what you will. And it took a heck of a process to get me out of that. But I thank God for rebuilding me. And through His Word, He has killed what needs to die in my life and brought to life what needs to live. And I've learned that to be who you are truly supposed to be, you have to have truth inside of you. And that's how it is. Now that I've walked that line, I can recognize when I get out the path, because I got a lot of word in me now, you know, to keep me on. So when I get off the path, it feels really uncomfortable. But you know, sometimes we allow the truth to suffer in us, to try to go live something that's fun in the moment, and it's not wise. It's not wise. I'm kind of saying to put those childish things behind me now. Yeah. So what about the people you're around? How have they affected where you want to be at, or the goals that you're trying to get to? Are you around the right people? Kind of maybe so.
Yeah, same. I'm with you.
How they affected your walk?
Well, I used to have like big dreams that one day I was gonna be like you know when you're just alone and you think like, oh, I'm gonna be famous one day. I'm gonna do all this stuff, and then when you get a boyfriend, a long-term relationship with someone, you're like, oh heck, he's gonna want a family, you know, and you start thinking about that kind of stuff. It slows you down a lot, and you're just like, oh. And then one day you're sitting in bed and you're like, oh, wasn't I gonna be a famous person? What happened to that? And your mom's all telling you, what happened to not having a boyfriend? You know, and then it just.
Let's take it from there real quick. Are you married, Miss Rachel? All right. Who has boyfriends in here? Or you're married too, Callie?
Married.
Okay, cool.
Just kidding.
All right, man.
I'm just playing.
Now, when y'all, okay, this is a question for the girls.
Okay. With us?
Yeah, for the girls, yeah, for the ladies, or married, you know, boyfriend or whatever. When is it? Have you? How can I say this? I don't want to make the guy sound terrible though. But as a man is supposed to be a leader, all right. I'm not downing girls, women, or nothing like that. You have your place in this earth, and I pray you prosper. I want you to prosper. I want you to go big. But a man is anointed to be a leader of his family. All right. He's supposed to be a leader of his family. There are plenty of girl leaders in the world, but a man is supposed to, the way God designed it, he's supposed to be the leader of his family. Now, when you got with your boyfriend or got with your husband, were they going somewhere? Did they have a vision that they were chasing?
Devin has like a ton of visions. Which is a good thing, but he won't quit until he conquers it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
How does that make you feel?
I love it.
Yeah?
I think it's great.
Does it give you something?
You know what?
Does it get in the way, or does it give you something to do?
No, it doesn't get in the way. It kind of like makes it's something for me to do too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I follow like it's kind of like his dreams are my dreams.
Okay.
You know, like I follow them with him.
Yeah.
You know, they're not really my dreams, but they're his dreams. So he just takes me with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But it's like, like Devin, if it's not, once he conquers that, he's on to the next. And he always, no matter how long it takes him, he'll get there.
Yeah. What about y'all?
Oh.
It's cool. Like you don't gotta say their name if it's you get to say.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, when I first met Jonathan, he wanted to be an engineer, and he had like all these big old dreams to go to college, go to Texas Tech, and do all this stuff. And then when we got together, it kind of like slowed down. That's for both of us, it did.
Yeah.
And he still wants to be an engineer, but he's not going to Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Like we're not the richest family, all of us. Like we're starting out slow, we're doing things slow together. So.
All right.
Denzel has dreams, I just don't think he knows what they are for sure yet.
Mhm.
I mean, he's extremely good at basketball. I mean,
Yeah.
and that, he works at that all the time. And like he's not one of those kind of guys that's like, I'm gonna do this because I know that I'm better than these guys, so I should probably just like show him up. He
Mhm.
does it because he loves it and he knows he's good at it, and it's what he likes to do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's what his like family likes watching, and they support him, you
Mhm.
know. And I think he might do something like that, but I'm not sure. I think he talks to me a lot about like what he wants to do and stuff, but he's like me, like he has no idea.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna take it day by day.
Yeah.
And he's gonna
Like we've said too, it's gonna mature and it's to become more clear as time goes on, and you get exposed and stuff like that. But Miss Rachel, I want to hear your answer, but just because of this, because young people, especially myself and what I've heard so far, we're full of zeal.
I don't want to scare you guys off.
No, and I say that's important because your zeal sometimes is gonna run out, and it will wear you the heck out, and it's worn me out plenty of times, and there's been times, like I said, I just want to put it down. I want to give it up and I want to put it down. And since you've lived longer, you have the responsibilities of being a mother and all that you do already. Can you kind of explain the ups and downs of being married to your husband?
Right. We've been together since we were 15. So forever, 18 years. Long time. It's not all hunky-dory though. it disagree on a lot of things, and it's tough to keep that going. It's really hard. I can't say that it's easy. I can't say things are great.
Have you ever found yourself like just in a pattern or routine?
That's exactly what happens. It's
is-
routine. You're like roommates, the same thing day in, day out. You just have to kind of find that balance, and it's not easy when you've got a lot of stuff going on with your kids.
Have you-
medically for yourself, that kind of thing. We have a lot in our family to deal with.
Yeah, most definitely.
He works a lot. He's doing like 14 to 16-hour
Wow.
days,
Wow.
200 hours every 2 weeks. It's tough, but he's doing what he needs to provide. He's a good provider, good dad. We've been there for our kids nonstop. I mean,
Yeah.
good choices, bad choices, we're their biggest cheerleaders. That's the one thing that I will never regret.
Yeah. Has responsibilities and sudden catastrophe, I know this is like almost a rhetorical question, but has that suffocated your dream?
Yeah,
Or even the dream of your husband?
yeah, it has.
How have y'all dealt with that? If you don't mind
just
saying on
kind
camera.
of take it day by day and go with what you're given. And there's been many times God doesn't give you more than you can handle. I know this. That's the only reason I'm still standing here. Otherwise, I'd have given up a long time ago. The kids have had issues, health issues since they were babies, and there's more and more and more as they age. We're finding out more things, and it's not easy to deal with. And then I found out I'm sick myself, and so it's just. You kind of lose that faith, but then you realize, he won't give you more than you can handle. He's there. Just focus on him and let him help guide you and make it through. And that's what's gotten me through a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. Have you, like I said, if you don't want to answer, it's cool, or on camera and all, have you just kind of completely put what you believe God has called you to do on the back burner? Or has God called you just to be a mom?
I think for right now, he's called me to be a mom because he gave me the patience to deal with all of this, the will to do it. I mean, I'm always exhausted, but I get up and go. If the kids need something, I'm there, no matter how tired or how sick I am, right? I'm there. I might be pale and not feeling well, but I'm there. And I feel like for right now, that's what he wants me to be. know, and later on in life, I mean, there's still time. There might be something else, but for right now, I feel like that's where I'm meant to be.
Yeah. I'm gonna switch the subject just a little bit more here. Something came up a little earlier while y'all were answering. But have you ever not wanted to use like your gift or perform or do whatever because you thought your gift or what was required of you wasn't adequate, it wasn't good enough? And how'd you deal with that? Nah? Y'all just like bad like that? Y'all just like that confident?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what that gift is.
You're nodding your head a little bit.
Yeah, I am. You know what? That's my gift is. I'm a very good supporter. You're very supportive. You come in here and talk to me. I come in here and talk to you, and you support me. I guess that's my gift.
Yeah,
that is. That's awesome. That's an awesome gift. It really is. Because not a lot of people can do that. Like, there's some things people come to me about, and I disagree, and you see like the whole picture. Yeah.
Yeah, encouragement for sure.
Well,
You can say you're nodding your head while I go.
When I was in 7th grade, all my friends are tall and stuff, and we all tried out for basketball team.
Yeah.
And the same basketball team was, basketball coach was my PE coach, and he's like racist and like he's just a hard coach, like WNBA status. He had us out there, and he told me my first day I came out, he's like, "You don't expect to make it, do you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do. I've been practicing, you know." And I'm like, "Yeah, I expect to make it." And then he was like, "Come on." And like he basically told me like flat out right there, like, I'm this tall and I can't ride the ride. That's what he told me, like as an expression. And then he's all, and you're not even equipped. And he's like, and you know what I'm talking about. And he said it in front of like most of the girls on the team. And I was like devastated. Like it hurt me. And I went home that day, and the bus already took off because it was after school. I walked home. I cried the whole way home, and it's like hurts my feelings to this day. And I thought about it, and then I slept on it, everything. I really couldn't sleep because I was so mad, you know. And then I went, and my mom, I didn't tell her. She's like a hard worker. It's like when you were telling your story, I was like getting sad because my mom, she's been through a lot with all her kids, all of us. And I couldn't see her because she was never home. She was trying to go to college, and she's a single mom, and she was trying to take care of all of us.
Yeah.
And I went to school the next day, and she's like, "You forgot your clothes." And I got called to the office, and I'm like, "My clothes?" She's like, "Your basketball clothes, dummy," you know. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And she's all, "Well, good luck," and she kissed me and left. And so I got my clothes on. I went to gym, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for my friends and see if they get me right home, you know. But one of the girls that came, she was like, "Come on, let's go, get ready, hurry, you're gonna be late." And I was like, okay, and I just like shook it off of me, and something told me like, just do it. I was like full of so much excitement getting up off the floor, you know, and like I was shaking so much, and like I just did it. I was like, you can't tell me not to try it out.
Yeah.
And I tried out, and I worked my butt off. This is middle school basketball, and I'm over there like running faster than all these girls, trying to jump up, get rebounds for them and everything, and I'm like hustling. And I grew up at a Boys and Girls Club, and they taught me how to play basketball. You know, they were like, "Girl, you're small. You need to get up there, and you get that ball, and you know, you gotta be rough. You're small."
Yeah.
And they like showed me like so much confidence, and it grew on me. And I went out there, and I still didn't make the team. Coach said, "You know, you put so much heart out here, but I just can't put you on my team because I just can't." And I was like, okay, and you know, and then I guess he's seen how much it hurt me, and he was like, "You could be my manager," he told me. And I was like, you know, first I was like, "I'm gonna be your manager," because I had attitude. I'm like, girls kept getting hurt, didn't show up to practice, and got kicked off the team. One day he was like, "Suit up," and I was all, "For real?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then I suited up, and I went out there, and I had leading score for the whole season. I only played 3 games.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And whenever like it came to give like banquet, when it came to give rewards, I had leading score in just 3 games out of the whole 12 that all the girls played the whole season.
Man.
And so I really worked for it. grade year, I didn't go out for the two. I was just like, I'm gonna do this because he's gonna give me the same crap. And he was really rude even then. Even after I tried, like I never got that credit at the end. Like, you know, you proved to me that you could do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I was expecting more for trying so hard. And like you said, like you never felt complete after being there. Like hitting your target, you never felt complete inside.
Yeah.
So that I know that's not me. I mean, I love doing stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
That, but it's
Do
just
stuff
not,
on the side, yeah. It's not who you called to be though.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah.
So that's like it was hard for me, especially going out there and playing that game. I was nervous. Like I felt like I could hear people talking about me, and the cheerleaders, they stand on the sideline, so you can, when you're shooting your free throw, they're all like whispering and it hurt, you know, it's just like, you know, it hurts. All this stuff hurts, but you gotta overcome it because you just have to. Just like be yourself.
It's really not what they think that determines
It's
your
not.
destiny.
And it really doesn't matter if you look at them. Like it doesn't matter what they think.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
How they think doesn't control how you operate.
And then, you know, they might have 2 hands, but I can still beat them.
Yeah.
I can. I'm not cocky about it, but if they came talking to me like that and they stepped up, try to D me up, I would make sure I win just to show them.
Shake the check off of Nike,
Yeah,
girl.
I'd be like, you're not cheating me with your mouth. And like you just gotta have that confidence. That's all it is.
That's good.
I love your story, As. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. I'm stubborn. So stubborn to this day. Don't tell me I can't do it because I'll do it 10 times better than you could ever imagine. Don't give up. Don't let people tell you you can't. And that's what I tell Dagan all the time. Don't let people make you feel like you're not good enough. You're less.
Yeah.
Do it even harder and better because of that.
With that though, is that oftentimes, I find myself plenty of times, and I always gotta go back to check the root of the motive or the motivation of why I did something. Because I've been hurt as well by words, by betrayals, by whatever you want to be at, and my vision got reshaped in that moment. Now instead of trying to be me, I gotta go prove to you something. Again, we were talking about earlier, but is that? I don't want to ask rhetorical questions, but is that a good thing, and does that come with a good end to prove that you're better?
It's not always you don't always have that satisfaction at the end. It's just like revenge.
Yeah.
You go out of your way, make yourself feel like horrible inside, beat that person down like they beat you or something, you know? It never feels good.
Yeah.
It never does. Proving people wrong, like there's some awesome stories like they got out there, you know, this happened, that happened. It's all out there. Like, you know, those are good stories, but in the end, who are you doing it for? Are you doing it for them or are you doing it for yourself?
Yeah, and a lot of times I found out that the people that we're trying to win can't be won. And the ones that we're trying to get noticed will not look, and they will not hear. I've been cheated on multiple times, and I've made it up in my mind. I said, you know what? I'm gonna be better than her next boyfriend. I'm gonna make it to the top, and so I can look down on her. Yeah, I was like, bam, like that. Look what you missing out on, like that. And there's something though about that root, and the Bible talks about, said, if you sow in the flesh, you're gonna reap destruction, and God will not be mocked with that. Your heart has got to be right. You can do the right thing for the wrong reason, and it will come to an end quick. The whole thing is a performance. You're just performing for people, and it's real to everyone else except to you. Like you're talking about, at the very end of the thing, it comes like there's nothing there. There's nothing to it, and I know. Like I said, I thank God for sending His word to me, and that He sees my heart and not my actions. Even when I'm in the wrong, I'm thankful that He sees my heart and He cares enough to come and address me about it and say that, you know what, I understand where you've been. I understand your pain. He said, but I'm a counselor, so come and talk to me. You know, and many nights I've cried many nights to try to get that out of me. It takes a lot, man. It takes a lot to get it out. It's, like I said, it's just not an overnight thing. And I thank God too that my vision has become a lot more pure, and I can be more sincere about, you know, how I treat people. And it's not, like I said, it's not to get something from you anymore. It's not to provoke a reaction out of you anymore.
Alright. Let's go. A lot of speculation, a lot of people hating. I try not to be bothered by what all the people saying. The kingdom with me, I am not alone. The kingdom with me, I am not alone. A lot of speculation, a lot of people waiting. I try not to be bothered by what all the people saying. The kingdom with me, I am not alone. The kingdom with me, I am not alone. I took this request from a fan off of MySpace. Aware of the comparison, but I am nothing like Drake. Besides the fact that he and I have a bright face. Some been waiting for me, some been hating on me lightweight. Healed by his stripes, but the flow got anemia. If you can serve a track right, I know how to eat it up. I'm trying to think of more lines that don't rhyme with beat it up. It's so easy to go that route, and most people would. But like I told you, I'm a different breed. I'm an image of my father, product of a different seed. Know you're faced with a soul whose sole motivation isn't cheese. Told a nation of folks who don't know the blatant imagery. Some of you ain't as blatant, but be playing like it's cute though. Just know I got that cool flow, and you can get it too though. It's funny, I get bashed by the same cats I do it for. One verse down, guess I still got two to go. A lot of speculation, a lot of people hating. I try not to be bothered by what all the people saying. The kingdom with me, I am not alone. The kingdom with me, I am not alone. A lot of speculation, a lot of people waiting. I try not to be bothered by what all the people saying. The kingdom with me, I am not alone. The kingdom with me, I am not alone. In case you haven't noticed, I don't really have a topic. Just a bunch of rhyming lines flying out the cockpit. But you ain't even notice it, cause that's where hip-hop is. A gang of crack rocking from your favorite rap novice. When I was 13, I was iller than your favorite. Spitting about the killing, I would imitate what they did, killing it. Plus I was the illest in my grade then. Till this day feel as if I'm the illest in the nation. Never act like it though. Humble, yes, I try to stay. Ain't made a dollar yet. Trying to quit my job today. Tired of this beat, plus I'm hungry and my stomach hurt. Loud in the first, cause I ain't coming with that other verse. Maybe this is too real, but I ain't into acting. And this is how my rap sound when I ain't into rapping. It's 2 more bars for the hook come back in. 3, 2, 1. Action. Let's a lot of speculation, a lot of people hating. I try not to be bothered by what all the people saying. The kingdom with me, I am not alone. The kingdom with me, I am not alone. A lot of speculation, a lot of people hating. I try not to be bothered by what all the people saying. The kingdom with me, I am not alone.